Assalamu alaikum. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to AMOOYUMYUM, the podcast where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective. I am your host, AMOOYUMYUM. And with us again, alhamdulillah, true to the game, faithful to the cause.
That's it. You know it,
Amu Sabr, Amu, aka Amu Asadullah. And with that being said, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And before I forget, I'm going to put the disclaimer so you all can't sue me for the millions and millions of pennies that I have. You like to read that?
Yes. Disclaimer. The opinion of AMOOYUMYUM, the podcast, is based on Islam. Intentions are to be correct. However, we may not always be right. Others may differ in concept, but these are ours.
Put this on here. Okay.
All right.
Good stuff. So I guess we'll jump right into it.
Okay.
And we will, inshallah, begin with the
Random.
All
right. Here we go again. The WHO, not the rock group.
Okay.
World Health Organization, for some reason, feels like this monkeypox virus is somehow racist and discriminatory. They feel that because the latest strain is out of Africa.
Oh, it's always out of Africa.
Right?
It didn't start in Africa?
No, but a lot of the latest strains.
Usually it starts in Africa.
Yeah.
Okay.
That the scientists want to change the name. Now, the thing is, the World Health Organization, they can't legally change the name. It's another scientific group that officially changed the name. They haven't come up with one yet.
They want to call it the N-word pox?
But the interesting thing about it, I haven't heard any of our so-called black leaders complaining about it being called monkeypox. They feel like it ties to Africa somehow.
I'm trying to figure out how does monkey become offensive to black folks?
Right. Yeah, that's what I don't get. I don't know. Anybody gotten at it, please chat us and let us know.
Because see, I got into it. It was a guy who was of the racist variety.
Okay. Right. Can I call him a Trumpster?
No, skinheadian.
Okay.
Skinheadian type.
Okay. All right.
He said, you monkey and this, that, right?
Yeah.
And I say, have you ever looked at a monkey?
Mm-hmm.
I say, a monkey doesn't have thick lips like me. I say, you see this curly hair? When I had hair. I said, monkey hair is straight.
Hey. Yep.
I say, so, and the buttocks is pink.
Yep.
I say, so you might want to reconsider calling me a monkey, son.
Yep.
That's the nicest way I can put it right now.
Well, hey, no lips is the monkey, and most resemble those that are.
But guess what though? It's not a problem. Check it out.
Oh.
The WHO, World Health Organization, are coming behind the CDC, who said that they felt that because wow, this is crazy. I don't even want to mention some of it. The CDC,
right, Center
for Disease Control, said that because monkeypox was touching this they say 0.6%. I don't think it's that many people. I'm gonna say 0.06% of the LG HD TV 4K. Okay. A USB.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Type C. Okay. Because it was touching them predominantly.
Okay.
They came with a new set of rules how you can be intimate.
Oh, really?
Yes. They say with monkeypox, you could still be intimate if you are LG HD TV 4K USB. Okay? They say this many feet apart, you can do mutual yada yada. Double bubble with clothes on. You can double bubble with clothes on.
Wow.
I don't know how you do that.
Oh.
They said cover the rash. They said cover the rash fully before you engage.
Wow.
They gave a bunch of guidelines instead of telling people, man, don't put it there. don't put it away, sir. Put it away. Okay. Well, Brother Jawad. Brother Jawad say, isn't monkey virus spreading amongst The Rainbow Mafia? Yes. Double
Yeah.
bubber. Double bubber. Yeah, double bubber all day long, baby. Okay. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Okay. So that's crazy, man. They want to rename it because they say it's offensive to Africans.
Yeah.
Which is offensive. It's offensive to say it's offensive to Africans.
Right. I haven't heard anybody complain about the name. And so-called reference.
When I saw the term monkeypox, I didn't think about Africa.
I didn't either.
And when I heard it was touching the LG,
yeah, you really
HD
didn't
TV
think
4K
about Africa.
USB Model C, I said, yeah.
Leaving us alone. Look at it. You got this.
That's what I said. Anyway.
You got this salute going there for you.
I jumped in there. I got stuck. Anyway, so subhanAllah. Okay, so
oh my goodness.
With that being said, alhamdulillah, that's the random. So let's get right into the el topic.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin' is the hot topic. I am going to bring in a guest. But to introduce the guest, this is a sister that had watched our podcast. And I'm not saying our podcast had any influence on her desiring or being desirous, which is a better word, of taking Shahada. Okay, I don't want to say that, but she was a faithful and is now a faithful watcher of the podcast. So alhamdulillah, as soon as the sister clicks on the link, I'm going to inshallah invite her in, and the purpose right now is not to test her knowledge of the Deen.
No.
There is little knowledge of the Deen. What she should know at this time, which is it is necessary, it is wajib, a must that she know that Allah is God alone, Muhammad is his messenger, and that is exactly what she testified to.
Alhamdulillah.
Me and another brother named Talib were the witnesses to her shahada. Alhamdulillah.
Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah.
So inshallah, as soon as she tags in, I'm going to invite her in. But in the meantime, we get to Brother Jawad said, I had to take a health class in college, and they had a chapter about sex, and that chapter specifically stated that gay men had autoimmune issues because of certain practice. Bruh, it's already known that they have. Muhammad sallallahu said, when zina is allowed to be rampant in society, new diseases would occur. If you don't think they will have specific diseases, there are diseases. There are ailments that women get in their vagina. That they will say, is your husband sleeping around? And there are certain sicknesses that a woman would get in her special area that they will say, is your husband LG, HD, TV, 4K, Model C? I forgot USB.
Yeah. So you know what you can add now?
There are certain specific diseases. What is that?
I was going to say Ethernet connection too behind
high speed, fiber optic. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, brother Black Mind.
Brother Black Mind, Assalamu alaikum, brother Black Mind. Good to see get back in.
Say thoughts on the ICNA conference and the word salad that they play. Man, that little whole thing. Okay, inshallah. Sister Danielle says that she's running back to the other side, and it'd be 2 minutes. But inshallah. See, the brother Salah, he keep trying to add an I to her name. The I doesn't exist, and he wants to add an I.
I apologize.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna start a GoFundMe. We're going to try to buy this brother a third eye. We're going to try to buy this brother a third eye. SubhanAllah. Okay.
You're going to get me choked up here,
okay. So, inshallah.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, Sister Danielle, taps in, we're going to bring her in. But again, like as I was saying, when a person takes Shahada, all that they must know of a necessity, is
there is no God but
there's
Allah.
no God but Allah, Muhammad is his messenger.
Message.
The Kalimatain, the Shahadatain, the two witnesses, the two statements, which is there's no God but Allah, Muhammad is his messenger. They have to understand that Allah Ta'ala is one in his essence and in his existence. Essence as in who he is, that he's one in that, and his existence as in how he is, his existence, and no one comes near that. And that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the last messenger of Allah is what you have to be convinced of. Then you're ready for Shahada. No, you don't have to know the Salat. You don't have to know how to fast. You don't have to know how to make Hajj. You don't have to know the percentage of Zakat to give, because you'll learn that in due time. Ramadan is once a year. Okay? Salat is 5 times a day, but you can pray behind someone until you learn it. Zakat once a year. Hajj once in a lifetime. Shahada once in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So, you'll get it. The most important thing is to learn how to pray or to find someone to pray behind. So your wife says
He gonna make me pass out.
He gonna pass out. Don't make him laugh too hard. All right. So you apparently have this issue where you pass out when you laugh.
Yeah. If it gets too yeah. That's why you see me going like this, just to calm myself down. It's all right. I'm good.
We're still waiting on the
I'm
sister
good.
to join. Inshallah, I sent her the link. She's in the chat, so she should be able to come in.
Yeah, on that point that you mentioned about the Shahada and just Allah's essence as to who He is, shortly after, and again, I'll have to credit the brothers who surrounded me, Lexington, Kentucky. They brought me to this day what I would feel to be the true Islam. But because of the weakness of the English language, that understood, early, that Allah is neither a he nor a she, no son, no partner, no daughter, things like that. And sometimes it's difficult to understand when we say Allah, he is not a he as in the male, not in the male context, but the English language is very weak in translating the Arabic to where it can make sense for us. So
it's a stronger pronoun than she.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stronger pronoun. He can pertain to a lot of things. She pertains to the fair of those things. And it's not a respectful thing to call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You wouldn't call a king a queen.
Right.
You wouldn't, because queen is the feminine of the throne bearer.
Right.
The feminine throne bearer. Not the masculine.
Right.
So strength and masculinity is indeed synonymous. So we're going to bring the sister on in, inshallah ta'ala. All right, she's blacked out like I ordered her to do, subhanAllah. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Danielle. Sister Danielle, assalamu alaikum.
She's there, got her mic up. She's there.
Can you say it? Can you speak? Let's see. Okay, well, no, she's not muted. Can you speak? I can't hear you. Let's see. Okay, well, what's up? I think I can't hear you. Can anyone hear her? We can. Okay, well, she have to tap back in. I don't understand why. Maybe she has to activate her voice, or activate her audio.
Mic,
I'm not sure.
maybe. Yeah. Okay,
she's on the phone actually. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a phone deal. So. Okay. Inshallah ta'ala. Okay, let's try this again.
Give another shot.
Okay, another shot. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear now? Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. The ghost in the machine. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, everything's up over here. Okay, let me see. I don't understand why your phone would be. Turn the volume up on your phone, maybe.
I think she's got it
your input volume. You turn the input up on your phone. Maybe it's the buttons on the side, up, down. Maybe you got to go into what do you call that? Settings.
Yeah. So no on mine. I've got
Inshallah ta'ala. Okay.
phone volume and then
Sister, check your settings.
media volume.
Yeah.
I want to leave mine down because I don't expect any calls.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I need to cut mine off.
Just turn the volume.
Check your settings for volume, because
notifications.
this is highly strange that we can't hear you.
Yeah.
And we must hear you.
Yeah.
Some people say your voice is haram, sister. They want you to use a man voice. Assalamu alaikum, brothers. This is Sister Danielle. I became Muslim because, you know what I'm saying, Yani. Some brothers say use the man voice.
Oh, on my job, real quick, a woman will come on and her voice will be so manly that I will mistakenly say, sir.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
They don't get upset. You know, they say, I'm a woman. And I'm just apologizing profusely.
Oh, no. I wouldn't apologize.
Her voice deeper than mine, Aki. Come on.
Yeah. I wouldn't apologize. Now I go into a Wendy's. I'm in line.
Right.
I'm looking down at my phone. So the person in front of me walked away. Okay. I saw him walk away. I say, they say, may I help you? And I said, yes, ma'am. I looked up. I said, oh. I said, sorry. I say, my bad, sir.
Yeah.
That's all right. Bigger than a peanut. Remember that Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
About Nancy Reagan?
Yeah.
Or was it Carter?
Maybe something Carter. Yeah, Carter. Because
that's all right. Bigger than a peanut. Yeah. So yeah, he didn't mind at all.
No.
But the thing about it looked like a whole dude though. Yeah. Let's see.
All right. Are we there now?
Assalamu alaikum, sister.
There we go.
I like this one.
Oh, now there we go.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
You had us stalling for time.
It's called filling airtime.
I'm late for everything.
What was the problem?
Apparently it does not like Samsung internet. It wants Chrome.
Oh, so you have to go through Chrome. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
That happens. I used to go through Firefox. I had to do Firefox sometimes.
It used to be older, yeah. I've kind of gotten away from it.
Well, that thing is making all kind of noise at door.
Oh,
anyway, so Sister Danielle, we were discussing that you had recently, alhamdulillah, taken your Shahada and joined the ranks of the Muslims, right? And,
correct.
How was your experience thus far?
You know, quite honestly, this is probably a weird analogy, but it's kind of like the best high I think I've ever had.
Alhamdulillah for that.
Okay. Yeah, it has that effect, you know, like a euphoria, right?
Yes, that is a much better word, probably.
Well, see, you are right now. You are excelling. You are rising. Your knowledge is increasing. You know, how much you don't know. You're going into a whole world of things you need to know, right? And and you haven't reached it yet, so you're going to continue to climb. You know, and that high will always be there as long as you have a zest for knowledge and growing closer to Allah. So that will continue and will stay with you, inshallah ta'ala. Now, here come the hard questions. You ready?
No. Shoot.
7 times 17, real fast.
7 times. I don't know that one. Come on, man.
It's 118. 119. I mean, excuse me.
All right, contractor.
I don't even know. I'm making it up. No, that's
Somebody look that
119.
up to see if he's right.
Yeah, I break it down. Anyway, that's the
Okay.
way I do it in my head. But anyway, so no, the hard questions. I'm not gonna give you any hard questions, alhamdulillah. But like, what was it about Islam that sparked? Okay, first, what sparked you to want to study Islam or to know more about Islam?
Well, I think, you know, I started, you know, finding Islam interesting after 9/11, if I'm being honest. Um, and I grew up in an extremely uh, Pentecostal home. My mom is very, very religious. Um, so, uh, admitting that I found Islam interesting was a really bad idea. Um, so I didn't really say anything. And then as I got a little bit older, I found it more and more interesting. Um, and I kind of did a little bit of research on my own. Uh, and I feel like everything that I have gone through, since, since I first, uh, gained interest for it, I really feel like I needed to go through all of that in order to get where I was fully able to understand it.
Okay.
I have a question. Probably two-part, sister.
Mhm.
Uh, what was the prevailing attitude in the home, if it's not too personal of a question, around right after, the days and weeks and months after 9/11? What was that? If you could share that. If not, understand. And then the next question to that is, um, if you can share again, and if you feel it's too personal, it's okay. The family attitude once you took Shahada.
Hmm. Um, so, uh, when 9/11 happened, I was, a freshman in high school, I think. Um, so truth be told, I didn't have a really good understanding of, uh, what exactly had happened. I guess I didn't have a good understanding of how it would affect, the country. Um, so even when it was really talked about, I didn't pay much attention. I don't think that at the time, being, a freshman in high school, I kind of had that attitude like, well, it doesn't affect me right now, so I just don't care. Um, uh, I don't necessarily remember anything bad from coming out of my mother's mouth or my stepdad's mouth. Uh, when I did eventually tell my mom that I uh, was considering taking the Shahada and I was putting more interest into it, uh, that became a huge problem. She was very unhappy with me. Uh, and then when I told her that I took it, uh, she pretty much kind of kicked me out of the house and told me not to come back. Uh, and when I started praying in the house, um, yeah, that was a big no-no. So yeah, like just um, you know, truthfully, her kicking me out was probably for the best, just because I don't feel like I would have been able to grow uh, within the faith. I don't think that my faith would have been able to grow like it needed to if I would have stayed.
Okay.
I know your thoughts on that.
You know what's funny is that the enemies of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, they try to concoct a lot of lies about him because his character was so pristine amongst them, as he was the better of them. You know, they try to concoct a lot of lies, and they thought to say he was a magician, and some amongst them that knew magic say no, this is not magic. They said, well, let's say that he's a poet, and those that knew poetry amongst them said, no, this is not. Sister, your hair. Put the camera down. Okay. It said that this is not poetry. Okay. And then some said, well, let's say that what he says causes division between husband and wife, daughter and mother, father and son, so on and so forth. So they said, okay, let's roll with that one. Because what they noticed was that people that were upon polytheism, those that embrace Islam, which is oneness of Allah, right, started to get into dispute and engagement with their family about the pagan practice versus the practice of worshiping Allah alone. And what you experience is that lasted even up till today. Like if someone in prison would tell their family, hey, I joined the Mexican mafia, they will say, oh, congratulations, what's your rank? You know? Or if they say, even religious wise, Mom, I'm gonna become a Buddhist. Well, baby, whatever you think is best, I'll pray for you. I'll tell Jesus what you did, Oh, Mom, I think I wanna become an atheist even. Oh, baby, I'm gonna tell Jesus, Jesus, he'll visit you. Jesus gonna visit you between.
No, except Jesus in your life.
Jesus,
so you can
Jesus
saved.
gonna be Jesus between 2 and 5 o'clock. He gonna visit you next weekend and talk to you about it. So this is generally the attitude. But if you call your parents or communicate with your parents and say, hey, I became Muslim, they'll cut your commissary. They won't send you money anymore. They'll stop writing you and they'll stop visiting you. And a lot of brothers that became Muslim in prison would hide the fact that they became Muslim. And some would write me. I had a bunch of prison pen pals at one time. They would write me and say, Aki, I'm thinking about telling my family. I haven't told them as of yet. I think I should tell them. I say, don't. I say, you're locked up. Don't cause any extra friction that you need not.
I didn't know that, what you just said, that they withheld that from their families. I didn't
yeah. I mean, because it's not, it's strategically, you're in there.
Right.
You're not outside.
Right.
And some of them, I would tell them that, hey, look, get outside and practice Islam.
Right.
Before you start, sending kufis to everybody in your family,
Yeah.
Send a page of Quran to everybody in your family. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I say, get out and actually practice Islam. I say, if not, you made all this ruckus. They done cut off your money. They cut off your commissary. They cut off your visitation. Okay? They cut you off as a family member. And you get out and you go back to your girlfriend's house. Or you get out and you go back to the block, right? I say, so make sure you practice. Make sure you're practicing Islam when you get out and show them that I'm saying, more than anything else. I'm saying. So anyway, with that being said, the next question is, again, you said 9/11 was an event that made you interested in looking into Islam, but what made you become Muslim? What made you take Shahada, inshallah ta'ala? What was that influence? What made you say, I'm ready now? Because remember, I think twice or 3 times we talked, and he was like, I need to take it ASAP. Or I'm ready right now. Remember we talked those different times?
Yeah.
And then finally, you and Brother Talib called me, right? He was like,
Yeah.
hey, it's going down right now. You know what I'm saying? So I told her, I said, she'll get the pistol. It's going down. She said, oh, no, it ain't going down like that. It ain't going down like that. I'm ready to take Shahada. I said, okay. Alhamdulillah.
Sister, real quick, just so you probably know by now, Sadiq got jokes. You probably know that by now. But go ahead, brother. I didn't mean that.
So what was it that happened when you said now?
You know, I had been ready, I think, for a while prior. Each time I came to you and said, all right, let's get this done.
Okay.
You know, I really wanted to, but I think I was kind of, you know, I knew how my mom was going to react. And, you know, I still kind of had that like little kind of nugget in my brain that, you know, I have always kind of been told that we have to honor thy mother and father. And I felt like if I became, you know, if I officially kind of like went through it, then I wasn't honoring them.
Okay.
And, you know, that kind of feared me, or put a fear in me, I guess.
Okay. That seemed like, okay, so all the time we were communicating, you were saying I'm ready, you know, it was something that was preventing you, and that was pretty much it. That unknowable, right? How they would react, you know, to what extent they would react. But let me see, how do I word this? Uh, the when you took Shahada, okay, when you took Shahada, well, from the time you took Shahada, before that, when the first time you said I'm ready, okay, what did the pressure for myself? What did the pressure seem like for myself? Or was there any pressure?
I wouldn't say that there was any pressure. I think there was, what's the word I'm looking for? I got like a sense of happiness, I guess. Like you could kind of tell like you're maybe a little bit more lighthearted. Uh, but I wouldn't say there was pressure. I never got a sense of pressure.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Yeah, because see, that's one thing about me studying how the dawah was given by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. That it is for the individual to declare their shahada, and even when a person comes to me and say I want to be a Muslim, I I still, you know, have to let that be upon them. I have seen Muslims in the masjid say, because the Muslims, you know, in the masjid, like, oh, you think about becoming a Muslim? Come pray with us. I say, well, that's not the way it should work. They say, oh no, brother, get out the way. Let them pray with us, you know. So they'll come and they'll pray with us, and when they pray, they feel so good. Now I'm gonna tell you what that's about. People are gonna get mad when I make this analogy. But
better than nothing being
do you know all ab exercises? That any new ab exercise, if you got the best abs, any new ab exercise, because your stomach has so many sectors to it, right? Will make you sore, will still feel like you worked out, even though your abs are superb, you know, like mine are not. Okay. And the thing about it is that if you've been praying like you making patty cake, if you've been praying like this all your life, right? And then you make the actual salat in congregation, even everybody's moving at the same time. It's like, man, this on another level. Okay, it ain't like being at home on the edge of your bed lying. You know what I'm saying, you know, you actually are praying in the way of the prophets, right? Alayhum salam, upon them be peace. You know, so you're gonna feel a certain type way. So because somebody prayed with us and they felt a certain type way, they said, man, this felt so good. Come with us. And they'll whisk off to the sheikh, and the sheikh gives them shahada.
And then they leave them alone.
And then the sheikh goes back to Timbuktu, Africa. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm riding down the street and I see that same brother on the corner. On a bad corner. I'm not saying this is always true, but you don't give a person shahada and let them go. And you also don't give them shahada before it's time. Right. They have more respect for wine than they do for shahada. So the person has to come in to Islam for a reasoning that has to no longer be valid before they leave Islam. Okay? Now, since you've been Muslim, I have like I give you like light instruction, right? I'll tell you one like drop of water, right? I would say this, that. You be like, oh, I didn't know that, right? Remember that experience? Oh, is she still there? Oh, you still there? You know what? I think she got bumped out the room. Okay. Well, when she comes back, I'll ask her that question. But nevertheless, see what happens, just to explain to you guys, Sister Danielle is in a situation that because of her mom, she explained about her mom, right? It put her in a situation that my help for her is limited because I have a lot of children. I have a lot of children, and stuff like that, and I have a lot of responsibility. So my help for her is forthcoming, but it's very limited. Right now, she's in a shelter. So what we want to do, if you all can help, we're trying to get the San Antonio Muslim centers to help. We want they give bribes to the mayor and the governor and the council people and judges. They're always giving bribes out, in envelopes to these people, probably cash. We're trying to get them to help Sister Danielle to a certain extent, so she could get upright and not have to worry about these dunya matters so much while she's trying to grow closer to Allah Ta'ala. Now she speaking of closer, she's close to a job, she's close to a lot of different things. So what we want to do when the sister inshallah comes back in, we want to because like I say, she's in the shelter, and she told me that when it gets loud, I'm gonna cut it off because she say it's a prison / insane asylum. Wow. These people, homeless people, have not all of them, but 90% better. They have a mental issue that led them into that situation, no matter how mild. So Sister Danielle is in a shelter right now, and like I say, I can only extend myself so far. I can't, she can tell you, I do all that I can.
I know that you do.
I do all that I can. But she needs help from the ones that actually have money, which is the Islamic community here. Mm-hmm. And brothers and sisters that are listening, if you can share this podcast or share the information you get from this podcast, which is, we're going to try to get the sister's Cash App. I think she has a Cash App. If you can help her through that means to get her right side up, that would really help the sister. Because she's already dealing with me, and I'm a jerk. I'm like the worst person on earth.
You're
right?
the best kind of jerk.
No, I am horrible.
Stuff.
But check it out, though. So if the sister has me as a primary resource, man, look, she's in the bad situation. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So inshallah ta'ala, if you all can help the sister, once she comes back on, we'll pass that information as far as her Cash App is concerned. There are a million situations like this. Yeah. But we can't help everyone. The job to help everyone is upon the ummah to elect an emir to handle our affairs, as-siyasa, which means politics in Islam, to handle our affairs. We don't have that right now, but as individuals, we can do individual small kindnesses, like Allah Ta'ala said, my own, right? Small kindnesses, and what that will do, that'll help this system. Okay? Can't help everybody, but we, inshallah Ta'ala, we can help this system, I'm probably broker than she is right now, but alhamdulillah, Allah blessed me with a house, and beautiful family, mashallah. I got beautiful brothers that help me all the time. This brother right here, when COVID hit, people rushed the stores for toilet paper. He was in North Carolina.
Yes.
He was in North Carolina. And I told the brothers, I said, man, I ain't got no toilet paper. I said, look at my hands. SubhanAllah. I told the brothers online, I said, man, I ain't got no toilet paper. AQEEDAH, that's plural. AQEEDAH. Yeah. Yeah, I said, I don't have any toilet paper. And I said, look at my hands. Brother said, ew. He said, ew. I said, you toilet paper ASAP. SubhanAllah. So the brother actually mailed me, like next day, I think.
Yep, I did. I overnighted it.
He overnighted me rolls of toilet paper. SubhanAllah.
I had a supply.
Rolls of toilet paper. And bro, guess what? I ain't want to tell you.
What?
After I got toilet paper, I used it.
What is he gonna do with it? Shoot.
I used it, and I TP'd somebody's house I had beef with.
I was thinking that. I said, I hope you didn't do that.
No. But check it out though. So no. I went to Lowe's, and no pun intended. Lo and behold,
they had some.
They had a big stack of it. I walked in there with Jawaz. I said,
You know how to act. Oh my goodness.
SubhanAllah, I was overwhelmed. Okay, inshallah, the sister's back. I was overwhelmed. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Sorry, technical issues over here.
Okay. What I want to do right now, because I already introduced the issue, could you give us your Cash App?
It is the $,
Okay.
and then it's Danelle, DANELLE.
Okay.
Sobe, SOBYE, and that's so Danielle is capitalized. The D in Danielle is capitalized, and the S in Sobe is capitalized, but it is
a Cash App
word.
is case sensitive.
It is case sensitive.
It is?
Probably by the username. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would disagree with her. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, capital DANELLES. Spell it again.
O.
Spell it again.
S-O.
$DANELLES, right?
Correct. O.
No, hold on. After Danielle, what am I putting?
No, it's so and then by.
SOBY.
E. Add an E at the end.
BYE, right?
Correct.
Okay. $DANELLESOBYE.
DANELLESOBYE. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're confusing me because you're saying it.
Danielle So SO and bye. Like bye bye, right?
Yes, sir.
Danielle So bye. Okay. $DANELLESOBYE. If you all get this, inshallah, share it with if you're in the convenience store and the brother selling alcohol. Yes, correct. If a brother selling alcohol and lottery, well, you all on the computer. I mean, you like, okay.
No, I got bad eyes.
Yeah. So if a brother's in there selling lottery and alcohol, say, man, could you please give us the Miller Lite money and help sister out? I'm just kidding. But anyway, for anybody that can help individually, inshallah ta'ala, I'm very limited on what I can do. Like I said, I'm not her primary contact, but I'm, so far I'm the primary help, and I can't do much. I'm very limited. The sister can attest that, I did what I can. So inshallah ta'ala,
Good.
uh, sister, can you
Very
do,
appreciative.
do you feel comfortable telling the people where you are right now and how it is there?
Yeah, that's fine. Um, I am currently staying at Haven for Hope. Uh,
Which is a homeless shelter.
that is correct.
Okay.
Um, uh, it's really not as fearful. I did not need to be as scared as I was. Uh, but it's definitely not where I would have seen myself.
Uh,
Really, I don't think anybody necessarily sees themselves here.
you told me
But I will.
it's a prison slash insane asylum. Is that correct?
It sometimes is like that. Right now, it is very chill in here. However, sometimes it's a madhouse, and there's people screaming, and uh, it, it, it's a bit much sometimes. But
You want to
the rules are a bit on the strict side, but there are rules everywhere.
before we get to the rules, uh, I want you to tell them what happened the first day you were there, checking in, standing in line. What happened?
Mm, I got slapped in the face.
And the sister was in proper hijab, but I don't know if that was the reason, but that actually happened.
Yeah. Um, I, I immediately, I immediately gave her one of those looks like, "Don't you dare!" Um, and then I remembered to take a deep breath. Um, she did quickly apologize. She said it was an accident. Uh, I don't know if it was. I really, truthfully, don't see how it could have been. Um, but it is what it is. You know, I could have made a big deal out of it, but truthfully, what would have that done?
Indeed. Now, one thing I want to hold you too long. And I know you got restrictions and stuff there, and there's a lot of stuff going on. But I want to get this out that the masajid that we reached out to help, these masajid are asking her to come at the time of Maghrib. Now, Maghrib here is about 8:43, you know, right around that time or so. 8:30, not 8:30, after 8:30, I think.
Right.
So anyway, and she has to be checked into that place by 9:30. So they want her to come to Maghrib Salat. By the time the Salat is over, you're a little bit after 9 o'clock. She's 30 minutes away from the place. But they say after Maghrib Salat, you can meet with the Shura board and tell them your needs. So now and I know these Shura boards. Now the sister, I probably shouldn't say this, but the sister's Caucasian, right? And
Shouldn't matter.
Shouldn't matter. They lean more toward helping Caucasian.
Okay.
After, you know, probably somebody from their own homeland or whatever. I'll say that. I don't care. I'm done with these folks. Anyway, so I'll say it. But nevertheless, for that reason, she may get help. But what she's doing, she's gambling. she'll be gambling, not the bad gambling, but she'll be gambling as in if she goes before this shorter board, past her check-in time, she'll lose her bed, she'll lose her spot. She got to go through check-in all over again, and she stayed in line almost 3 hours. Isn't that right, Sister Danielle?
Yes.
It took her almost 3 hours to check in. Standing out there is hot, bro.
Yeah.
It's over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
She's standing out there with hijab on, okay? And they want her to come to Maghrib, which means at 9 something they'll be finished with Maghrib. She has to then meet with the shurta. Who's to say the shurta is going to see her before Isha? Right? But let's say they see her and they don't give her the help that she needs. Now she's stuck out again. So, inshallah, if we have anything, let's give it to the sister, inshallah ta'ala. And I'll be begging y'all tomorrow my cell phone bill hit. But right now, inshallah, if we can give it to the sister to alleviate, I mean, there's an issue of food and all of that while she's there too. That stuff is not a given, okay? It's not a given. So we can help the sister out. If you here can't help her, share it with somebody that can. If you do, you get the same blessing. Allah Ta'ala is merciful. You get the same blessing. So, alhamdulillah, the sister became Muslim recently. She became Muslim without, through long contemplation, deep thought. She contacted me several times. I want to be a Muslim. I want to be a Muslim.
That's 10 years.
Yeah. Well, that's 20.
Yeah,
2001?
that's right. 20.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
20 some odd.
20
Yeah,
years, right?
21. So,
right. 20
so
years.
but no, that's not how long she been contacting me.
No, not just me.
I was a young lad back then. But
her own
journey. Yeah. So I'm saying, like, in recent times, it's been months that she said, I want to be Muslim. Okay. And then she, trepidation back and forth, and she finally came, and the other brother thought it was on the phone. He's like, hey, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So alhamdulillah, that's how it happened. So inshallah, if we can ease this sister's burden, may Allah Ta'ala ease our burdens in this life and on Judgment Day, inshallah Ta'ala. Let's do that. And inshallah, maybe in another month or so, after the sister learn more deen and get in a more comfortable situation, we can have her back on and she can continue to tell us about her journey, inshallah Ta'ala. How would you like that, Sister Danielle? Another month or two?
I would like that. And yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah. So hopefully your Cash App is ringing right now. If it's not, we'll try to get it ringing soon. I don't have the biggest number, but I got YouTube, Facebook, and whatever else that they put this on. But like I say, people that are here that are listening, inshallah, please share it, and let's try to get the sister, inshallah ta'ala, some assistance. So with that, I'm gonna let you get to what you're doing, sister, inshallah ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum, sister.
And may Allah Ta'ala protect you, and we'll see if we can get you more help, inshallah.
Thank you.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So, alhamdulillah. Yeah, mashallah. I wanted to get into more questions for the sister, but because the signal dropped a couple of times, where it was hard to get in the first. And then there's stuff going on in the background.
Full disclosure, if I may share quickly, I have stayed there myself for 2 months.
Haven?
Yes.
You didn't tell me.
And just
y'all don't tell me nothing, man. SubhanAllah, bro.
But this brother housed me for a full year, and then his right hand man housed me for the next year. But anyway, it's like she said, it's a curfew. So for her to risk that, it's a gamble for her. She wouldn't get back in time and would have to go through that process again. I think I was going to say 8 o'clock, but you said 9:30, so they may have extended since I've been there.
Well, yeah, it's 9:30.
And the meals are not halal, so as she learns about her deen, she's going to be avoiding certain foods, obviously.
Well, what to think about it? She's been contemplating Shahada
for some time.
For some months. She's been reading. She's been studying. Brother Talib, she know Brother Talib before she knew me. Okay. I saw her name on the podcast, and I did not know. Okay. I did not know that I hired her at one time.
Oh, subhanAllah.
Yeah, I hired her at one time.
Okay, for a job.
Long
to do some
ago.
Work. Okay.
I hired her at one time.
Okay.
And she was like, "Remember me? I painted for you."
Okay.
I said, "Painted? I ain't hiring no painter." You know? She says, "Yeah, I painted for you on this such and such a job."
Okay.
I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "You know Brother Talib?" And she was like, "Yeah, I know Brother Talib." You know, and I was like, "Okay, two and two together."
Okay.
You know, I said, "Okay. Yeah." So, we meet people through all different facets of life.
Right.
We meet people,
Right.
you know, and I met her by hiring her.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Brother Talib said, "Hey, if you need more helpers, I know somebody that can paint. So a woman." Okay. I said, "Okay, you know, cool. I mean, you know, yeah. I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate against LG." No, I'm just kidding. So, so I said, you know, subhanAllah. I said, you know, that's. I mean, so she knew me. Okay. You know, she knew me, and doing business with somebody is knowing somebody. Remember, that's true. Omar said the 3 ways to know a person: do business, stay with, or travel with. And so me and her had business. Okay. You know, so we know each other through that means. She knew Brother Talib before me. Brother Talib, you know, me and him was in the same gang back in the day. Okay. I became Muslim. Okay. He said, "What is this Islam about? If Sadiq is on it, I want to see what this is about." Right. So he went and studied Islam and became Muslim too. So.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Talib, if you watching.
Yeah, if you're watching, inshallah. He's in Austin right now.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So yeah. Okay. So well, let's get to some of these comments before we move on, inshallah. Right. Sister Laverne says, "I always wonder why the masajid are slow to help. It makes me upset." Yeah, I look. You know me. I ain't finna hold too many punches. They say, "Brother, you're supposed to make 1,000 excuses." That wasn't advice from a sheikh. That's not. It's not a. Based in Quran and Sunnah to make 1,000 excuses. You can only make excuses for, you know, you can only make excuses for those that an excuse is there for. Okay, you know, if you see a brother drinking beer, don't say, "Oh, perhaps that's light beer." What kind of excuse you're gonna make? Oh, you see a brother drinking wine, perhaps that's box wine.
Whatever that
He's doing crack, perhaps that's not the butter. That's not the. He's doing heroin. At least it's not Mexican tar. Come on, man. I mean, you know. So anyway, it is what it is. I'm still bitter about the lamb shake incident during Ramadan. You know. Yeah. So inshallah. So somebody put a number here. Let's put that chat in. So assalamu alaikum, brothers. May Allah reward you for your intentions. I am Sister Khadija. Please give me the sister my number. I don't have transportation, but if sister somewhere to go, inshallah. Let me see. Need somewhere to go. Okay, Allah knows best. Okay, inshallah ta'ala. Sister Danielle, you can see the number. Okay, the number's in the chat. Go ahead and write that number down. It's on screen. It's on Facebook, so you can see it. If someone was commenting through YouTube, then Facebook can't see it, and vice versa. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's how it works. Okay. So, Sister Danielle, take that number down. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it here real quick. So inshallah ta'ala, so you know, we won't lose it.
Yeah, that was when she was talking about the atmosphere. As I held on to my Islam as a Muslim, it's not very private. Number one, yeah, as far as your personal hygiene, so you really stick to yourself. The meals are planned. Breakfast at 8, lunch at whenever 12, 1. Dinner was always not on time, late, and if they had any kind of special event, it got pushed. But I noticed, I did watch the people there, and like she said, like Sister said, people were there just on hard times. Yeah. And this dunya can wreck people's minds. So when she talk about stuff going, and we see people all the time homeless, and I'm seeing homeless now in new places. But this dunya just drives people crazy to a point where they start talking to. It's not maybe nothing they did. They were successful person just fell on hard times, and this dunya make you go crazy. So you have that. But I also saw people in there just by how they carried themselves that I knew that person was not going to be there for more than 3 days, and they weren't. I'd see them there for 2 days, and then after that, they were gone.
Just how they
carried themselves.
They didn't belong there.
Right.
Yeah, you can tell.
Exactly. It was a temporary situation, and you could just tell they had all of their belongings right in their space. And after that, they were gone. So, but it's just a place.
And you got also people that's doing documentaries and
they'll
check in with the hidden cameras and all this type of
find
stuff.
out what's going on. Things are on the up and up. People on medication, and they would go to the window for that and get their medications and such. But inshallah, sister, hopefully your stay is very short. Hopefully the community can get you up out of there in short order.
Inshallah. Like I said, the sister's willing to work. She's able to work, and but we're trying to get her in a more comfortable, more stable space.
Yeah.
And then inshallah ta'ala, she could transition,
get on her feet.
To a job.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I think you said that she's close to her job.
Well, I mean,
relatively.
Yeah. There are opportunities there, but it is not even about transportation per se. It's about the place that she's in. Only, like I say, the stipulations, times, how you move around, things like that, and intake is open till 3 Monday through Friday.
Okay.
After 3, you got to go to this long line.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, she was in that line almost 3 hours, bro.
SubhanAllah. And she didn't have that.
And I pull over to the side. I'm waiting for her, waiting to see what would she be, and communicate with her on the phone. And I park in this lawyer's parking lot, which you get towed. Right. I'm in there though. You got told me too. Right. And I leaned back and I was out of there. Okay. I woke up. I said, "Ooh," I said, "You still in line?"
SubhanAllah.
I said, "Well, I'm at the front of the line now."
SubhanAllah. An hour later.
Like, man, no, 2 hours later. Like, so I mean, on and on, she finally got through. Alhamdulillah. So, I'm not gonna say she's in a better place than she was in. Right. But she's in a place, and like I say, it's nothing like getting put out, and then having, no way forward and no vision forward. So inshallah, we'll try to get you some help. Hopefully, her Cash App has rang thus far, inshallah. Anyway, so we'll move past that, and like I said, we'll check back in with the sister another month or two and see what she's. I'll be in constant contact. Don't think I'm talking to her in a month or two. I'll be in constant contact. Me and I had a long conversation right before the podcast, maybe an hour before the podcast or 30 minutes for the podcast. Okay. We had a long conversation talking about, I forgot what we was talking about, but she's asking questions and I'm giving her my limited knowledge and things like that. So alhamdulillah, she's learning. Yeah, talking about some social issue. Stuff like that, children, custody, whatever we were talking about. Okay, from the Islamic point of view. So now we'll move to the last part, which is
shaking my Muslim head.
What you got?
Shaking my Muslim head, man. It's all the red tape they put in the system too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's kind of like I say, man. If you got money to bribe the mayor and bribe your local council person, and I'm like, y'all should be able to, put something together. Matter of fact, one brother in the San Antonio Muslim group, or the Facebook group, he said, hey, let's do this and that. He's talking to the group, I guess. He's saying, let's put the sister in this situation, that situation, get her a car, which is a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. But if they do it, alhamdulillah. Okay. But let's get her a car and get her a place to stay, so the sister, don't have that to worry about, and she can get her a job, and she could, or a brother that owns cars could give her a car for a year, and give her a year to pay. You talking about a tax write-off? That's an Islamic write-off. Allah will bless you. Yep. Allah will bless you
tenfold.
You can give her the worst car you got on the lot instead of selling it to somebody, telling them it's good. Instead of selling it to somebody saying, man, there ain't nothing wrong with this car. You can get that car to the sister. She can go from A to B or whatever. But nevertheless, like I said, we got 1 million people, over 1 million in this situation. I got to think about overseas, or I'm not of the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but I can't help beyond my reach. Right. I can't. I can extend myself to this sister as much as I can. Within Islamic, we go ahead a lot of, me as a brother, I'm very limited on what I can do, with the sister beyond monetary, and I don't have a lot of that. I'm saying, y'all think I look rich because I got this super thick kufi. His look pretty thin. But I'm just saying, so that's the situation that we're in. I don't like all this red tape. The sister's in a situation. Okay, send somebody from the shura, or have somebody from the shura talk to her. Right. And take that conversation to the shura where she don't have to be there. Yeah. Just give Zoom her in. I just zoomed her in through Restream. Right. I just zoomed her in through Ecamm or Ecamm Live. Zoom the sister in. Why does she have to physically come to the masjid? Right. What, you want to look at her? Come on, bro.
Make it easy on her. Yeah.
Man, these people got so much money. They got ridiculous amounts of money. Yeah. I'm telling you, they got ridiculous amounts of money.
Inshallah, maybe this will be a situation where they...
Like I say, inshallah, hit the sister's Cash App, whatever you got, Cash App gonna grab 10% of it. You give 100, they gonna grab $1. That's 1%. That's 1%. That's 1%. Right? Yeah. Okay. If you send 100, they grab $1, which is 1%. Alhamdulillah. So and that's just how it works. It is what it is. So that's just their fee to transfer the money electronically, whatever. So they're gonna take 1%, not 10%. I lied. That's 1%. Okay. So it's my mistake. Khata Sadiq mistake. So and just send her, send her something, inshallah ta'ala. Just try to help with her situation. We ain't trying to solve the ummah's problems. We're trying to help the sister right now. And like I say, she's able-bodied. She can get on her feet and do better. But she was living with her mom, who's heavily Pentecostal. She grew up that way. And from 9/11 on to now, she had a spark for Islam. And that light was dimmed out. Don't think about it. And she finally took the Shahada that she'd been delaying for a little while, and now she's homeless. SubhanAllah. So let's alleviate her situation. Perhaps Allah Ta'ala will alleviate our situations, inshallah, as they come. If we don't have any now, inshallah Ta'ala, they will come. They're cyclical, they will come, inshallah Ta'ala. So you red tape Muslims that have all of that money. Yeah. We are shaking our Muslim head. Help the sister out, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah ta'ala bless you all. And may Allah ta'ala give you tenfold whatever you give to her. It sounds like prosperity ministry, right?
Yeah, right.
If you just give an offering, if you just give a seed, plant a seed and grow a tree, and that tree will have a fruit, and you will eat the fruit, and you will get a locker jar. Why? Because the fruit wasn't ripe. Anyway, so just help the sister out, inshallah ta'ala. I didn't mean to take y'all back to church. I mean church.
Church.
Anyway, this has been AMOOYUMYUM and AMOOYUMYUM and Amma Danielle, Amma feminine, Amma Danielle, inshallah ta'ala. Khala Amma Danielle for AMOOYUMYUM the podcast. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hit that Cash App. I'm gonna hit you. I'm just kidding.
He might.
Jazakallah.